So on TikTok lately, I've been seeing a lot of people say Sonic is bad. And first of all, I just don't believe this, right? I was talking to someone on TikTok and I mentioned that I missed Unleashed. Well, I didn't talk, I commented that I missed Sonic Unleashed. Because by the time I played it, it was on like PS4. And you get it for this subscription thing where you can play PS3 games. And I loved it. I just never got past the Werehog levels. Anyways, the obviously it got removed, so obviously I miss it. It's kind of hard to play it now. You have to buy a PS3 or a PS2 for it. And what I'm trying to say here is, Mario fans don't believe Sonic is good because they just hear about it. Now this is a problem for most Sonic fans because everybody said Sonic Frontiers was bad, but with this gameplay you're seeing right now, it's actually good. It's an actual good game. Sure, the original ending was absolute doggy dookie terrible, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game. That's story. That's not the game. And when you say basic combat, it is not basic, it's spammy combat, and I like myself some good spammy combat, because it gets the level done easier. And people saying Sonic is too slow, or when you get to max speed, he should not be flying all the way over the map. What I say about that is, what are you talking about? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Because Sonic is meant to be fast. He's meant to go crazy in terms of speed. You couldn't, if you didn't want Sonic to be fast, just don't upgrade his speed. And before you say, oh, now the jump cancels the boost like speed. It's no. As you can see in this gameplay that I put on, I'm able to close some crazy gaps with just boost and jump because of a setting. A setting. That's all you need. So, what I'm trying to say is, Sonic isn't bad. It's misconception. And sure, it is kind of held back by the bad games. Like 06. Good story. Just bad game. It was a rushed game. Forces. I love Forces, alright? But, it was a glitchy and it just didn't control too good. It really does not control good. The thing is, I love Forces. I love it to a point where, it's just it was my first game ever, really. So, that's my point. Well, it wasn't really my first game. I think my first game was actually Sonic Generations. I just played it on my big brother's PlayStation. But my first ever me game that I owned was Sonic Forces. I loved that game when I was a little boy. Back in my day, Sonic Forces was kind of enjoyable. And you know what? I'm going to agree with Brick Blocks. I don't have to pronounce his name. Favorite Sonic YouTuber, though. It's held back by bad controls, but overall, it is a good game. There isn't much of a story to it. It's just Infinite the Jackal. He's scary. But I like the game for the character creation. I love that part of the game. And people saying, Sonic Unleashed is too hard. What do you want me to put you on? Sonic Superstars? It's kind of less hard. Do you want me to put you on Sonic Frontiers easy mode? If you don't like... can't get out my words, but if you don't like Unleashed, don't play Unleashed. There's plenty other games for you to play. Sonic Heroes. You can play Sonic Heroes. You can play so much more, right? Because there's such a big catalog. Sonic Rushed is good. Sonic Rush. Sonic Rushed. But at the end of the day, people just don't listen. But here's how we can make them listen. Because if they don't want to play our crappy games, so-called, also, at this point, we're, as a community, I feel like the Sonic community, is like so used to having bad games to a point where, you know, where it's just like, what do you mean? There's comics to read. If you don't want to play the game, play the comic. Read the comics. And also, if you think the games are bad, it's kind of what the Sonic community is used to. At this point, as a collective, we're all used to having bad Sonic games. This isn't like, it's not like it's a normal thing for the Sonic community. We'll at least have one bad egg. Okay? And right now, as of now, Sonic is at his biggest peak yet. There's so many new fans. Personally, I kind of fell out with Sonic a while ago, because there just wasn't any good content. Sonic Superstores was kind of mid, and Frontiers, I just couldn't get into it at the first. But now that I've replayed it, I love this game to bits. This is my favorite game now. You see, because of Sonic's popularity rush, it's became better in the sense that it's more enjoyable. Yeah, sure, there's a few bad eggs in the whole franchise, but that does not mean it's bad. A bad egg doesn't do anything. It doesn't rot the whole bunch of eggs, alright? So, like, I don't get the reasoning, you know? So, it's kind of weird that when I was having this conversation with a Mario fan on TikTok, he just kept on saying Sonic was bad. Said Sega consoles discontinued. What does that have to do with Sonic? Sonic bad. What type of argument is that? If you want to tell me that Sonic's bad, give me a good argument. Like, oh, Sonic 06. I could get behind that. That's a good argument. There's also good games. If you like Legend of Zelda, but you want to be faster, play Sonic Frontiers. If you like, also by Legend of Zelda, I mean, Breath of the Wild. But, you get what I mean, guys. It's frustrating for me, because they'll never try it because they don't think it's good. You know what? Beforehand, I didn't even know what Devil May Cry was until the anime, and I realized it was kind of cool. I don't play any of it, but I know it's cool. Alright? At least I acknowledge that. But at this point, like, we're at this time where people will be ignorant and people will actually give it a chance, which it deserves. Sonic deserves a chance at getting new fans. And that's been happening lately. So, whole point of this video is a rant about how Sonic is not bad, but I just want to get my point across. It's not bad. There's a lot to like about it. You can read the comics, you can play the games, and most of all, you can just watch the movies. The movies are enjoyable because of Jim Carrey. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Sonic's voice actor. Don't get me wrong, I love Ben Schwartz, but like, he is a good Sonic. It's just not like Roger Craig Smith, you know. But that should not matter as of now. As of now, we're talking about Sonic, and not how I like Roger Craig Smith over, well, Ben Schwartz. It's not about that. Alright? So, let's just take into fact that Sonic is not bad. Listen, I know you're a Mario fan and you're watching this like, what the hell are you talking about? Bro, trust me, it's peak. Trust me, it's peak. Okay? Okay, do you believe me? Alright, because it's peak. It's peak fiction. Alright, and also, hot take real quick. This is my hottest take ever. I believe Sonic can beat Namek Saga Goku. Goku Glazers, fight me. Alright, so, also people don't realize how strong Sonic is now. And you know what? Sonic can beat Mario. I don't care about that death battle, cause that death battle wasn't really as good, because that was at a point where Sonic only had Supersonic. You know what? I believe that Supersonic, if Supersonic can take down gods and gods upon gods, you know, but like people mention like, oh, Mario could just pop a superstar and Sonic will be gone. All it takes is Sonic to just run away for a little bit. Obviously, I bet you probably wouldn't do that, but like, you know what? He could just avoid him for a little bit while try to outlast it, right? Like, doesn't make sense to me. So, dear Mario fans, your opinion's a bit weird. I don't like it, okay? Because Sonic is cool. Mario, he's a fat Italian, but we all love him, okay? But we gotta accept the fact that Sonic can beat him, alright? Sonic can smash Mario. And if you bring up the star thing, if Sonic has to fight him, Supersonic's invincible. It's the rings. Once you bring up rings, that's a game mechanic, so you don't stay as Supersonic the entire time. Alright? Because you gotta put a little bit difficulty to it. Rings are a totally different thing. Sonic can just stay in Supersonic when he wants. Alright? You get that? Okay? And when he's Supersonic, he's basically a god. Because at that point, he's fought gods. He's killed, I think, at the end of 06, he fought the Sun God. I didn't really play 06. I did play at my cousin's house one time, though. I didn't understand the controls at the time, because I didn't know what the light speed dash was. Oh yeah, clown me. I was 7. Okay. Anyways. We need to abandon the opinion that Sonic was bad. He never was, and he never will be bad. Because, at the end of the day, he's just held back sometimes by his bad games. Nobody takes into account of the story, the character. And it's just, if you don't like Game Sonic, read the Archie comics, read IDW, okay? If you don't like those either, go and watch the movies. And you don't like it at all, good on you. You like something else. But at least you gave it a chance, unlike some people. Alright? Because Sonic is not bad at the end of the day. He's literally just a hedgehog that's rolling around at the speed of sound, you know? So, it is basically furry Dragon Ball Z, that's how I put it, but I don't think Sonic's a furry. If Sonic was a furry, I wouldn't like Sonic. I think the things that ruin Sonic for some people is the shippers. Don't get me started on shippers, okay? Listen, shipping is the normal part of fandom. Shipping is okay if it makes sense, right? But trying to ship Sonic and Shadow, who are rivals, by the way, it's not even for a joke at that point. They're taking it seriously. They're saying, Sun Shadow is canon. No, it is not. Alright, we get it. You're divorced, Carol. We get it. You're divorced. Alright? So, before you say, oh, they hinted at it in the movie. No, they did not. It's a rivalry. Get over it. At the end of the day, Sonic is like, there's never been any thing of love in Sonic since 06. Listen, I would love for a love story in 06 in Sonic again, but like, I just think it's not like the right place. Sonic is an action-filled franchise with Speedy Blue Hedgehog and his friends, and then Black Angsty Hedgehog, and then a underused hedgehog that's white. Like, actually, speaking of Silver, people think that like Silver's the best character. No, he's not. He's not. Silver hasn't been relevant in years, and he needs some more like recognition. I believe in that. But he's cool in IDW though. But like in the games, he's kind of weak. So speaking speaking of that, we need to ask as a community. Now I'm just kind of talking about Sonic in general right now, but as a community, we need to command Sega to make a Silver game or a Tails game. But anyways, on to my other point. Sonic isn't bad. Okay? And in conclusion, Sonic isn't bad. Mario is still good. Every good game is a good game. Alright? And at the end of the day, we need to get over 06. It is not that big of a problem. It is not that big of a problem. Okay? Okay? Right. So, as a collective, we should all love Sonic at the end of the day. So, I'm gonna say my bye-byes now. I'm sorry I haven't posted on this channel in a while. It's just, I've been busy with the figure channel. And also, speaking of the figure channel, people who tuned in for that one, this isn't bye for this channel for now. I will be posting on here sometimes when I don't get figures in. And also, speaking of the figures, I did not lie on that community post. I did get loads of figures. Check my Instagram. And I got loads of stuff. I'm going to quickly tell you, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to say the characters, but I'm not going to say the specific, thing. So I've got Piccolo. I think we all know which brand it will be, though. I got Naruto. I think we all know which, my favorite brand. And we got, I got a Japanese import of Batman. So, stay tuned for that. Also, it is not Amazing Yamaguchi. I'll get there at some point. I'll start off with it. Day and night, Moon Knight. Also, yes, I do main Moon Knight on Marvel Rivals. Anyways, bye-bye!